are perfect, you don't make mistakes. I am loved by you the way I'm made. You made me on purpose, and I am not broken. You remind me of the truth that you have spoken over me. I am yours, I'm enough, that I am loved deeper than the sea. You made me to be. You made me on purpose, and I am not broken. You remind me of the truth that you have spoken over me. I'm enough, that I am loved deeper than the sea. You made me to be gloriously free. Gloriously free, yeah. Gloriously free, free. Gloriously free.
The game's afoot! Welcome to Storylab. This week, we're taking a look at the story of someone who had to step up even when people looked down at him. I gotta look into this.
Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
We're talking about how God wants us to discover the unique way we're created.
So we can make a difference.
Okay, Sherlock, what's with the hat?
I'm hot on the trail of our Trail Mix Bandit. As of 3:27 p.m. on the afternoon of yesterday, this jar was full of delectable trail mix. And yet, on 9:51 a.m. on the morning of this morning, I discovered it was empty.
Maybe someone was just hungry?
Hungry is a handful of trail mix. Note this is pure thievery.
Well, we don't have security cameras, so I guess it will remain a mystery.
Oh no, my friend, I identified the Trail Mix Bandit.
Oh?
The owner of this fingerprint.
It looks kind of smudgy.
I lifted it from the jar. I may need to take another print.
You know, fingerprints are super fascinating.
You don't have to tell me that.
I bet I can stump you with some fingerprint facts.
Bring it on.
True or false? Identical twins have identical fingerprints.
True.
False! Every single human has unique fingerprints. True or false? Some people are born without fingerprints.
True?
Correct. Yes. It's a rare genetic condition. True or false? Koalas have fingerprints so close to humans that police can confuse them in an investigation.
True.
Yep.
Hey, maybe a rogue koala snuck our snacks, huh?
True or false? There are two common fingerprint patterns.
False. There's actually 3. The loop pattern, which is the most common. The whorl pattern, which is kind of a spiral. And the most rare type, the arch pattern.
I think I have a loop, but it's so small it's kind of hard to tell.
Ooh, I know a way we can giant size our fingerprints.
Ooh, let's make it.
Giant sizing your fingerprints is super simple. All you need is some ink and a balloon. First step, stretch out the balloon. Next, carefully ink your thumb. Roll it back and forth on the ink pad until it's covered really well.
Done.
Now, flatten your balloon and stamp your ink thumb in the middle. All you have to do now is inflate the balloon.
Look at all the tiny little ridges.
I think my prints look like a whorl pattern.
I think my print is definitely a loop. See?
Hey, wait a minute. Your print matches the print I lifted from the trail mix jar.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, which means you.
Okay. Yes, it was me. I came in here after dodgeball to finish my homework, and it took way longer than I thought, so I ate just a little bit of trail mix, and I was so ravenous, and it was already dinner time.
You're monologuing.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad. You gave me a chance to sleuth.
Guess I couldn't help leaving my mark.
Speaking of making a mark, it's time for
The story before the story.
Today we're in the book of 1 Timothy.
1 Timothy is one of the 21 letters in the New Testament. The leaders of the early church wanted to teach Jesus followers what was true, and they often wrote letters to do that.
While most of these messages are addressed to entire churches, a few were written to just one person.
The Apostle Paul wrote these 4 letters.
2 of them were addressed to his close friend, a young man named Timothy, which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone! I'm Jen. Timothy's mom and grandmother had both become believers in Jesus when Paul first visited the town of Lystra on one of his early journeys.
I am telling you the good news. What God promised our people long ago, He has done. He has raised up Jesus.
Timothy's mom and grandmother were strong in their faith, and soon, Timothy decided to follow Jesus too. In fact, even though he was very young, Timothy reflected Jesus in the things he said and did. So when Paul visited Lystra a second time, the believers there told him great things about Timothy.
Timothy is kind to everyone.
His dad is Greek and his mom is Jewish, so he can relate to lots of different people.
And he speaks up about Jesus everywhere.
Paul was super impressed with Timothy.
I want you to come with us.
Who? Me?
Yes, you can help us tell others about Jesus.
Timothy became one of Paul's closest friends and helpers. In fact, Paul often sent Timothy to visit churches when he could not do it himself. For a time, Paul left Timothy in charge of the church in Ephesus. Now, Ephesus was a big, busy city, so there were likely people from many backgrounds in the church. And Timothy was just a young man.
Please, I need you to listen to the truth.
You see, false teachers were showing up in the Ephesian church, trying to tell the people things about Jesus that weren't true. When Paul heard about this, he wrote Timothy a letter to encourage him.
Timothy, I am sending you this letter. May God the Father and Christ Jesus our Lord give you grace, mercy, and peace.
Paul shared wisdom about how to lead the church, and then he told Timothy this.
Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Set an example for the believers in what you say and in how you live. Also set an example in how you love and in what you believe. Show the believers how to be pure.
Wow, I love that! Let's take a closer look. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Has anyone ever ignored you or your ideas just because you're not as old as they are? It sure doesn't feel good. Now, you can gain wisdom through life experiences over time, but just being older doesn't automatically mean you're wiser. And just being young doesn't mean that what you have to say is not important. But when you're younger and maybe smaller, it can be hard to make people listen to you. So Paul pointed out the best way to make people pay attention. Set an example for the believers in what you say and in how you live. Also set an example in how you love and in what you believe. Show the believers how to be pure. Every single thing you say or do is actually an opportunity to set an example for others, whether younger or older. First of all, you can set an example in what you say. Pay attention to what comes out of your mouth, because it's got the power to make or break someone else's day. It also matters how you live. You can ask God to help you make wise decisions and choose a good attitude, even on difficult days. Next, you could set an example in how you love. When you follow Jesus, you can offer His love to those around you by putting others first. You can also set an example in what you believe. Belief, or faith, is trusting in what God has promised, because you can see how God has already acted in your life and the lives of others throughout time. When you choose to keep talking with God and keep loving like Jesus, even in tough situations, you set an incredible example for others. And finally, you can show others how to be pure. This is about carefully choosing what you put in your mind and heart, like the shows and movies you watch and the music you listen to. Let's put that all together. Paul said that no matter your age, you could set an example in what you say, how you live, how you love, and what you believe, and how to be pure. Will you do all these things perfectly? Of course not. But when you daily ask Jesus to make your faith stronger and to guide what you say and do, you will grow in loving God and loving others as only you can do. You'll set an example for those around you, whether they're 9 or 90. And as you do, you will begin to make a difference in the world around you. Not 20 years in the future, but right now. The end!
Wow, I stress out about leading a group project, but Timothy?
He was in charge of leading a whole church of people older than him.
Probably louder too.
Timothy didn't have an easy job for sure. But Paul knew that with God's help, Timothy could handle it.
So, what's our part in the story?
It's so important to remember that even if you're a kid, everything that you say and do matters. You may just be trying to get through a rough day, but how you handle it will make a big difference to those around you.
Just because you're 5, 7, or 9 doesn't mean you can't be an example for someone else.
Like, maybe your teacher is super frustrated with the class misbehaving.
If you choose to listen and be patient, you can lead your whole class into paying attention.
And maybe it'll help your teacher by keeping us cool.
That's a great example.
Or maybe you take a few minutes in the morning to listen to an audio Bible and talk to God.
And it inspires your older brother to do the same.
God has designed each of us to be an example to others in our own unique way.
Uniqueness has to do about learning more about yourself so you can make a difference.
Ask God to help you see your gifts and talents and how you can use them to be an example as you love others like Jesus.
Even if you're young, what you say can still make a difference.
And so can what you do.
I think you've got it. See you next time.
Bye.
So here's the thing.
You can make a difference right now.
No matter how young you are,
No matter where you live,
no matter what you have,
you can change the world around you.
I'm gonna change something right now by refilling the trail mix jar.
A beacon of hope for hungry science people everywhere.
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time. Peanuts first.
Gotta make sure we get the proportions right.
No one wants a bite full of raisins.
True.
Listen, John, this whole time we've been working on the greatest scientific discovery of the 21st century.
That's true.
But every time we've conducted this experiment, this is it.
Boom.
Clearly we're doing something wrong. So,
Back to the drawing board?
back to the drawing board.
Now, where did we mess up?
I don't know.
Yes!
Let's do it! No, wait. This is it.
We did it! It's the world's tastiest pizza dipping sauce! Hey, welcome to the So and So Show. I'm John.
I'm Brandon, and boy, do we have an incredible show for you today.
Yeah, I know we say that most weeks, but we're not overstating it this week. I'm really excited.
I know, me too. So why don't we just get to it?
Yeah.
Please welcome someone who knows stuff.
Hey, come on in, have a seat. Here we go.
Hey guys, thanks for inviting me back on the show.
Of course, we always love a chance to have our favorite video game expert on the show.
For those who may not know you, who are you and what do you know?
I'm Brianna. I'm a professional video game player and the youngest world champion in games like Fire Pit, Embers of Glory, Final Fury 5, and the Repurpose League. I've also been the youngest person to post a top score in Blockchess, Monkey King, and Chomp Man.
You posted the high score in Chomp Man? Man, that game brings back memories. You know, I remember sitting on my couch in my jammies, eating beef jerky and drinking Kool-Aid, trying to get past level 53 on Chomp Man. Man, those are the days.
That was last week.
So?
All right, so what games are you playing now? Are you working on a new high score?
Actually, I've been working on something bigger. I've been designing my own video game.
What?
That is awesome.
Can we play it?
Yeah, can we?
Actually, that's why I'm here. I want you guys to test it out for me.
Ooh. Oh, you want us to test out your new game?
I mean, only if you want to.
Yeah, we're so in. We're so in.
Okay, let's do it then.
Okay. Whoa.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I can't believe you made a video game.
Why? Do you not think I'm good enough?
No. It's just you're so young. I think it's incredible.
Oh, thanks. The game is called Super Sassy Sisters. You're playing Sassy and Saucy Stalwart. Hit the A button.
Oh.
They accidentally get transported to the ancient past, to a forgotten time, and are trying to find their way home. Hold down L1 and X buttons. They use their speed, strength, and deadly hair bows to fight and escape. Tap the Y button 3 times. Okay, you're ready to start.
Oh, wow, the graphics are incredible.
I love the movement.
Don't go that way.
Okay.
What just happened?
You're in your first battle, get ready.
Yeah, okay.
Watch out, the Darcians have electric spears.
What, the Darcians?
Oh, I just got electrocuted.
Yep, avoid those.
Oh, jumping.
Now run away.
Running. What are those?
What are those?
What are those?
Cry hounds, climb the wall, hurry.
Climbing.
Jump and throw your bow.
Wait.
Now, throw.
Ah! We made it!
Not yet, here comes the
What, did you say
captain.
block?
Block,
Did you say block?
jump, throw bow, jump, block, throw bow,
Jumping.
throw bow,
Okay,
jump,
jumping.
throw bow, throw bow, you did it! Well, you beat the first boss.
How many more are there?
Well, there are 72 levels, and each level has 3 bosses. Is that too many?
No. It's incredible. I mean, this must have taken so much work.
It did, but it was something I loved to do, and it kind of feels like I was made to do it. So it didn't feel like work. It was fun.
Well, playing it sure was fun. I mean, you may be young, but I think you're also a genius.
Thank you.
Speaking of geniuses,
Yeah?
it's Bible
Story Time with Kellen!
Hey, Kellen, what you got for us?
I got a verse from the book of 1 Timothy, and I think Brianna, she set us up perfectly for it.
Oh, then let's have it.
1 Timothy was actually a letter written by the Apostle Paul to a young man named, well, you guessed it, Timothy. Paul wrote it to help encourage Timothy in his ministry. I think I know what that means.
It's time to break down the verse with Coach Scooter Sharp.
Are you ready to analyze, scrutinize, and investigate today's Bible verse? Then gather around, huddle up, or just kind of, get kind of close together because Coach Scooter Sharp is here to show you how it's done.
You're right on time, Coach. I was just about to show the verse.
You know what they say, May? A coach is never late. A coach is never early. A coach just shows up when the whistle blows. Come on, let's go.
Sure thing, Coach. Now, the Apostle Paul wrote this to Timothy. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Set an example for the believers in what you say and in how you live. Also, set an example in how you love and in what you believe. Show the believers how to be pure.
Now we're talking walking. This verse brings a punch. It has a hard nose, run straight up the middle kind of strength. Now, sometimes when you're young, older people think they can look down at you. They might think that you don't know stuff and that you can't be trusted. You need to show them that they can trust you, that they can rely on you. that they can see eye to eye with you. Now, how do you do that? It's the way you talk. It's the way you act. It's the way you love one another. Even when you're young, you can be an example to other people.
Oh, that's a big league breakdown, Coach. And you are right. Just because you're young, it doesn't mean that you can't be an example. That was perfectly drawn out.
That's what I do, Drew.
I think it's time, though, that we put this verse into action with a real-time play. Do you think you might have one that'll work?
What you talking about? I can draw up a play in my sleep, Cleet. Now, let's say you were invited for a sleepover over at your friend Taylor's house. Now, you were excited because you're gonna be eating some popcorn and watching a little movies on the old TV. Now, you were gonna be straight up chilling. But later into the evening, Taylor's older brother Riley shows up with a couple of friends. Now, everything starts out all hunky-dory. It's fun hanging out with the older kids. But then, one of the friends switches the channel to something you know you're not supposed to be watching. So what do? Do you watch it? Or do you stand up and say, no, I don't feel comfortable watching this. Is there any way we can watch something else? And because you decided to stand up, you stand out. You make a difference. Not only does your friend switch the channel, but the older kids respect you as well.
It's true. It doesn't matter how old you are. When you choose to follow Jesus, you can set an example for other people. They'll see something unique about you, and that can truly make a difference.
Ha ha! Jingo jango! And that is how you break down a verse, and that is how you call the right play.
Thanks, Coach. Just like you took a stand and made a difference, Timothy listened to Paul. Even though Timothy was younger than a lot of the people he was trying to talk to, they watched what he did, they listened to what he had to say, and more importantly, they saw how he loved others. And sometimes that's all you have to do.
You're right about that.
Yeah. Timothy learned who he was supposed to be, and he made a difference. Just like Brianna, how old you are shouldn't matter.
Yeah, you can start making a difference today.
That is so true. I think you guys have it under control. So until next time, I'm out.
Brandon, do you think we're old enough to make a difference?
Of course. I think we made a difference today in Brianna's life just by encouraging her with her video game.
Yes, you're right.
There are people of all ages making a difference in our lives every day.
Like who?
Well, reveal the question. Who has made a difference in your life?
Yeah, is it a teacher who encouraged you to do better in class?
Is it a friend who has set a good example for you to follow? Or even a younger brother or sister?
Yeah, talk about it together. Who has made a difference in your life?
And we'll be back next time, hopefully making a difference ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for watching the So-and-So Show! Get the power pellet. Get the power pellet.
I'm getting the power pellet.
Okay, now you can go get them. Go get them.
I know how to play Jumpman.
Oh, there's a pineapple. Aren't you gonna get the pineapple?
I don't want the pineapple.
But you gotta get the pineapple.
I don't want the pineapple.
Get the pineapple.
I'm not getting the pineapple.